We're here live at TEDx Beacon Street, and I'm sitting down with Cheyenne Cochrane, social influencer of the natural hair movement. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question I have is, what is the natural hair movement?
That's a great question. I think a lot of people are wondering about it. Basically, African American women for years have kind of coiled over our hair and straightening it with heat tools and using chemicals to make it look what we have always been taught is the ideal image of beauty with straight, long hair. And over the last 3 to 4 years, there's been an increasing movement of women who are looking to transition to wearing their hair natural, which basically means not straightened with heat or chemicals, and just embracing their love for their natural hair texture and learning how to wear it and how to love it.
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit about uh, how did you come across this? What drove you to the natural hair movement?
I, about 3 years ago, I noticed that my hair was extremely damaged. It had typically been very full and very long, and like most women, I cared a lot about my hair. And it started breaking off. It was looking really brittle and dry. And so I said, I have to change something. How can I do it? And I started experimenting with the idea of what would happen if I stopped putting heat on my hair every single day in order to keep it straight and just let my hair kind of do its thing. Like, how would it change? And so I did that and I documented it on social media and I shared this journey with hundreds and thousands of other women. And other women started to ask me about my journey and what I was doing and what I was using. And I kind of became an advocate and ambassador for the movement.
Yeah, and this isn't just about this. The natural hair movement isn't just about like, well, I want to look good, and here's a new way to do my hair. There's a deeper reason why this caught on with so many people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think um, I'm women that are roughly my age, millennials. We grew up in a time where straightening your hair was the thing to do. And as an African American woman or even a woman of color, our hair is not designed to be straight, not naturally straight. And so it takes a lot of work to keep it that way. And it can be very damaging. And so over the years, you'll notice that your hair will begin to thin out and break off, and it doesn't look as good. And everyone wants to look pleasing. We resort to installing weaves and wearing wigs and other aids that help us with the fullness and length of our hair. But I think in the quest to really be your authentic self and embrace your own beauty, there's a lot of women who went through the same thing that I went through to say, um, I need to be comfortable being. So it's not just about a hairstyle, but more so about the journey and what it took for me and millions of other women to get comfortable looking natural.
hmm I think this whole natural hair movement is amazing. I think everyone can take away something from it. But for those people out there who right now are watching this interview and are like, I need to know more about this. How can they find out information, your videos, or what?
Yeah, sure. There are actually a ton of websites and blogs that are starting to give some really helpful tips about how to nurture and manage natural hairstyles. But also, I do a lot of talking about and showing how to do natural hair and how to take care of your natural hair on social media through my Instagram page, through my blog, and also through YouTube. And so my social media handle is at on my level underscore shy, CHEY. That's on Twitter, that's on Instagram, that's also my blog on mylevelshy.com. And you can also find some of my videos where I'm showing natural hair tutorials and talking a little bit about the importance of taking care of your hair. Also, so that's how you can
Great.
find me.
Awesome. On my level, shy.
Yes,
C H I.
CHEY.
CHEY.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. And if I were to go on there, is there anything about how people like me could maybe stop this from disappearing
Yeah, I think
slowly
so.
here?
I think so. So that's what we like to call like your hairline or your edges, and I think that that's also a problem that a lot of other women have, and just kind of regular tugging and pulling ponytails and things like that that make your hairline recede or thin out a little bit, and
Yeah.
there are lots of natural oils, some supplements and things that you can do to kind of stimulate your hair growth to fill that in a little bit. But I think you look great.
Thank you. We're
You're
going to talk
welcome.
later about this.
Okay.
Cheyenne Cochran, you can see her whole talk at TEDxBeaconStreet.com.